What's up, guys? This is Soundwave Jordan here. We are back once again with some more Bumblebee news to talk about. And this isn't exactly news, this is pretty much an overview of what's been going on over the past week regarding Bumblebee the movie. As you guys already know, last week they did early screenings of Bumblebee the movie, and right now we are going to be talking about just early impressions, everyone's thoughts on it, and just the positive feedback that Bumblebee the movie has accumulated, shocking everyone because this is pretty much the first great Transformers movie. Now, of course, there is the first movie, but that one was, it was good, but like average good, if you guys get what I'm saying. Bumblebee, however, completely blows away what most people think about the Transformers series, and it actually scored a 97% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, as you guys can clearly see. And in fact, it debuted with 100%, and it only got down to a 97% because one guy, this guy, I believe he's a troll. I'm not even sure if he's actually serious. But this one guy, there's this one reviewer that actually gave this movie a low rating, stating that he wants Michael Bay back in the franchise. And honestly, that's a bit insane, at least in my opinion. I'm pretty sure most of you guys can agree. Besides that, though, let's actually focus on the impressions of Bumblebee the movie. Now, as I mentioned, it released last week, early screenings, and pretty much everyone's been blown away. This has been the first good Transformers movie. IGN gave this movie a 7 out of 10. There's been nothing but positive feedback. There hasn't really been much bad reviews. It's a fresh take on the Transformers franchise, and this just goes to show you that Travis Knight, whatever he has, whatever magic touch he has for his films, and just everything along those lines, it goes far out, especially for Transformers, because if you guys think about it, his movies are based upon heart. It's based upon emotion, empathy, and he does that exact same thing with Bumblebee the movie and manages to execute it extremely well, blowing everyone away. Due to this, there's been numerous of articles talking about what's next for the Transformers franchise, and I have a few of them right here talking about what's going to be happening after Bumblebee the movie. Now, one of the things that actually kind of blew me away was the fact that Travis Knight may be returning to his Leica Studios. If you guys do not know what that is, Leica Studios is pretty much where he worked on Kubo and the Two Streams, Coraline, Box Trolls, I believe. I'm not too sure, but he's pretty much going back to his regular studio, which kind of upsets me. Not upsets me, but more of disappoint me because I kind of wanted him to take the mantle of the Transformers franchise. I mean, Paramount and Hasbro, they have to see that this guy right here, he knows what to do with Transformers. It's clear. There's literally evidence right now that shows that he's a huge fan of the Transformers franchise, as well as he knows what to do with the franchise. So if he were to actually return to Leica Studios, I'll be a bit disappointed because I want him to take the mantle of the franchise and steer it in this great direction that Bumblebee is already going for. And if he does return to Leica Studios, he will be staying at least as a creative consultant for the upcoming movies of Transformers. So I guess that's a bit safe. But at the same time, I'm just concerned that what's going to be happening if he returns and he's not going to be the director of any of more Transformers films in the future. That's my only concern. Now, of course, Paramount is also looking for another director for Transformers Optimus Prime, which is going to be awesome because if they were to do a Transformers Optimus Prime story, it's more likely going to be an origin story. And the best way to do an origin story for Optimus Prime is to do it on Cybertron. That's right, guys. I feel like Transformers Optimus Prime, if they were to do an origin story based upon him or just a movie about him in general, it should be on Cybertron. Talk about how he became a Prime, talk about his past as Orion Pax and the relationship between him and Megatron. This is pretty much could be a copy of Transformers Exodus, that novel that talks about the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron, as well as leading to the war for Cybertron. I believe that should be a story for Transformers Optimus Prime. In my personal opinion, they're looking for a director right now. I'm just happy that at least Travis Knight is going to be staying as a creative consultant, but at the same time, I am a bit disappointed that he is returning to his Leica Studios because I would love for him to actually be the director of future franchise. But at least keep him around. We do not need anyone else because if they do that, they're digging their own grave. Now, as I mentioned regarding Paramount having their own Transformers Optimus Prime movie and it being possibly on Cybertron or origin story, Travis Knight, in fact, actually wants to see Transformers in a full Cybertron CGI movie. Now, I'm not going to read this article right here, but this pretty much tells us that the whole sequence of Cybertron and Bumblebee the movie. Keep in mind, I did not watch the movie yet. I'll be watching it in 1 week. But regarding the whole Cybertron sequence that happened in Bumblebee the movie, it seems that impressed a lot of people and fact Travis Knight would love to have a Cybertron-based movie. And this is actually possible because of the Optimus Prime movie. If they were to do an origin story regarding Optimus Prime, they can actually make a full-on Cybertron story with Optimus Prime, as you guys can clearly see right here. So I believe things are in the right place. If they play their cards correctly, we can definitely have an awesome Transformers franchise for the future. And that's something we look forward to, because I'm pretty excited for what's to come regarding this whole entire franchise. Everything looks nice right now. For now, we still have to be cautious of what's to come for the future. Anyways, this last article right here pretty much tells us the future of the franchise. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but Lorenzo Di Bonaventura pretty much states that they've learned their lesson regarding what to do and what's going to be put and implemented in future Transformers movies and how they're going to be approaching it. He also states that he is not a big fan of the Unicron. Unicron is a bit too big, and which I do agree, it's way too big to set up unless you can set it up perfectly or correctly. Just don't worry about it, at least in my opinion. That's pretty much it regarding this article. They've learned their lesson, and right now they're going to be taking each step carefully. But yeah, guys, that being said, that's pretty much all the general news I have for today, or general overview, whatever you guys want to call it. Like I said, this is pretty much a first impressions of Bumblebee. The movie scored extremely well on Rotten Tomatoes. Travis Knight will be returning to Leica Studios, but he will remain as a creative consultant, as well as Optimus Prime movie. They're looking for a director. I'm hoping it's on Cybertron, in which that could be Travis Knight's wish, having a full-on Cybertron story for Transformers, at least in my opinion. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Nonetheless, that's all the things I have to share for today. What are your guys' thoughts on Transformers Bumblebee? Did you guys see it already? Did you guys see the early screenings? If so, what do you think is it the best Transformers movies? What do you guys love about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Do not post spoilers. Do not post spoilers at all. We are just sharing our overall thoughts. The movie releases in 1 week, and I cannot wait. I have my tickets ready. That being said, once again, thank you guys for watching. Nonetheless, this is Sound Jordan here. Peace, late, and I'll see you guys in the next Transformers video. I'm out to have a lovely, awesome